October 5, 2020. Tennessee. Federal District Court. A sealed indictment becomes public. Tax evasion, securities fraud, crypto asset manipulation. The defendant, John McAfee. Prosecutors allege he earned more than $23 million between 2014 and 2018, consulting, speaking, crypto promotions, and filed 0 tax returns. 0. The charges aren't vague. They list dates, wallet transfers, payment routes. Hours later, McAfee posts a message. If I myself, I didn't. I was whacked. Not defensive, not panicked, preemptive. That tweet does something strategic. It places doubt into a future event before it exists. The next morning at Barcelona's El Prat airport, Spanish authorities arrest him while he's boarding a flight to Istanbul. He's held pending extradition to the United States. The institutional clock is now running, but McAfee has been running longer. Rewind. 1987. A virus called brain spreads via floppy disks. Corporate America has no defense. McAfee sees opportunity. He builds antivirus software from his home in Santa Clara, distributes it through bulletin boards and shareware channels. Fear spreads faster than the virus. His product rides both. By the early 1990s, McAfee Associates is one of the fastest-growing security firms in the world. Enterprise contracts, government deals, millions in revenue. He becomes the public face of digital defense. Then, in 1994, he resigns, sells most of his stake, walks away before the company becomes fully corporate. Years later, when Intel acquires the brand and drops his name, he laughs publicly. He doesn't like systems absorbing him. He prefers volatility. By 2020, volatility is gone. Now there's paperwork, and paperwork doesn't blink. 2012. Ambergris Cay, Belize. The compound sits behind high walls, cameras mounted high, armed guards rotate shifts. Inside, labs, dogs, generators humming through the night. McAfee tells visitors he's researching antibacterial compounds in jungle plants. Neighbors complain about the noise, the dogs, the weapons. Then his neighbor, Gregory Fall, is found dead, shot. Police want to question McAfee. He doesn't wait. Instead of presenting himself, he buries himself, literally. Later accounts say he hid in a sand pit on the beach, cardboard box over his head, breathing through a narrow space while patrols passed. His phones are dismantled, batteries removed, SIM cards destroyed. Reporters from Wired find him in a nearby hotel room. He dyes his hair, claims he's being framed, says the authorities want his money. Days later, he slips across the border into Guatemala. Guatemalan police recognize him from photos. He collapses in detention, chest pains, hospital bed, monitors beeping. Deportation follows. Belize is behind him. But a pattern forms. When systems close in, he doesn't argue. He vanishes. United States, 2013 to 2016. McAfee reappears thinner, louder, podcasts, conferences, crypto forums. Bitcoin is climbing out of obscurity. Altcoins multiply by the week. Telegram groups swell into the tens of thousands. He positions himself as a prophet of decentralization. I am crypto, he posts. Founders begin contacting him directly. New tokens, fresh ICOs. They want exposure. He has 800,000 followers. Screens light up when he tweets a coin's ticker. Prices spike within minutes. Volume floods in. Behind the scenes, consulting agreements are signed. Payments routed through intermediaries. According to later indictments, compensation often arrives in crypto. He launches Coin of the Day. Each morning, another token. Charts jump, then settle. Critics begin tracking the timing of his tweets versus price movements. Screenshots circulate. He laughs it off publicly, says he's just enthusiastic. But federal agencies start mapping wallet addresses, transfers, exchanges. The volatility he loves now leaves footprints, and blockchain remembers everything. 2016. A warehouse turned event space in Orlando. American flags, folding chairs, a small stage. John McAfee announces he's running for President of the United States. Libertarian ticket. He talks about encryption, surveillance, government overreach. Crowds are modest but energized. Tech libertarians, crypto believers, anti-establishment voters. He films campaign videos from boats, from apartments, from wherever he's staying that week. At night, live streams. By 2020, he runs again. But something shifts. His posts grow sharper, more combative. He claims he holds damaging information on powerful figures, says he's built insurance files. I have data, he repeats. The tone isn't campaign rhetoric anymore. It's leverage. Federal investigators are already building a case. Tax years, bank records, exchange data. In October 2020, the indictment goes public. Tennessee. Hours later, he tweets the warning about then boards a flight. He doesn't get far. El Prat Airport. Early morning. He's carrying minimal luggage. Passport scanned. Boarding pass printed. Spanish National Police approach before takeoff. No shouting, no struggle. Just a quiet removal from the gate. He's transferred to Brian's 2 prison outside Barcelona. Concrete walls, narrow window. Scheduled calls. The United States files formal extradition paperwork. Court dates are set. From his cell, he tweets through his legal team, claims political persecution, claims corruption. Markets barely react this time. Crypto has moved on. Inside prison, he gives interviews by phone, speaks about hidden enemies, about files that would release automatically if anything happens to him. Days pass into months. June 2021. Spain's National Court approves extradition to the United States. The clock tightens. Hours later, guards unlock his cell. He doesn't answer. June 23, 2021. Brian's 2, prison, midday count. Officers find him unresponsive in his cell. Authorities state it appears to be no dramatic scene, no public spectacle, just procedure. News spreads within minutes. Crypto Twitter ignites. Conspiracy threads multiply. Screenshots of his old whacked tweet resurface everywhere. Supporters point to the timing. Hours after extradition approval, officials maintain their conclusion. An autopsy is conducted. The U.S. indictment remains. The case closes without trial. No courtroom testimony, no cross-examination, just documents, and speculation filling the silence he leaves behind. In the months after his death, lawsuits continue. The SEC pursues civil claims related to crypto promotions. Allegations of undisclosed compensation. His widow contests aspects of the estate, questions the official narrative. Online, fragments of his life loop endlessly. Belize footage, campaign speeches, antivirus commercials from the 90s. A man who built software to stop invisible threats ends as one. To some, he's a cautionary tale of ego and excess. To others, a symbol of resistance against institutions. The indictment stays archived in federal records. Wallet addresses remain on-chain. The tweet still exists. No courtroom ever tested the full story. No jury waited. The systems he fought continue operating. Paperwork doesn't blink. And in the end, volatility met a concrete wall.